Hello everyone, this is Nikolai Eccles, professional analyst on Human Design, and in this video we are talking about root center. Root center, what it does provide to us, what is necessary to know about root center, what kind of root centers do we have, and what issues or benefits can we withdraw from this information. Let's discuss, negotiate, and get down deeper in it. Let's go. Root center is the bottom of our body graph. This is the lower square, and whether it's colored in or not, it provides us different kind of personal qualities, abilities, opportunities that we can use or not, that we can stress on it or lose from this. So to do everything in a correct and best way, we will discuss each type of root centers. So we have three, as always, type of centers: defined, undefined, and open. Root center is connected in our bodies with the adrenal glands, rectal, and other nearby organs. So this is a lower organs and adrenaline system that pressurize us, that forces us to do, comparing to the head center that pushes us to think, to question, to inspire or be inspired. Root centers provide us the energy to act, to do. And whether we do it in a correct way or just losing our energy, will describe our daily effectiveness and physical health in a nutshell. Let's discuss undefined and open root centers. Happy owners of this type of the center are represented with almost 70% of the humanity. 60 or 70% of humanity has the defined. So let's start with the undefined root center, which represents for us from 30 to 40% of the percentage of the humanity. Undefined or open root center has no stability, has no stable energy, what to do and when it to do. People with the undefined or open root centers come here to relate with stress in a gentle way. In their wisdom, they feel stress, they feel necessity to do something, but they are not hurry up. Not self of the undefined root center is always being in rush, always being stressed. Start with the things you know that you obliged, that you have to do, that there is no way not to do it. This is kind of victim position, because undefined or open root center in these situations, kind of victim, kind of just consequences of the situations, and there is no other way. I have just do it and better now. People with undefined or open root centers are really struggle with the obligations. It's really hard to them to own money. It's really hard to them to be obliged doing something. It's really hard to them has some to-do list and put it apart, because their mind will be always on air with this list. And finally, in 99% of cases, undefined and open root will put away all his business, all his wants, and will start doing what is necessary, what is inevitably to do. Living by that, undefined or open root center becomes more and more productive. You know this word productive. A lot of results, a lot of processes, a lot of dance, in your to-do list. But there is no satisfaction. Satisfaction is upper in sacral center. We have some, some kind of hygiene actions that we cannot not to do. But the not self of open or undefined center is to do it first. And by doing it first, the gratitude for the things were done is the next to-do list. And this is absolutely endless story. In our daily life, undefined or open centers are on stress, are on attack, because all the time some targets come, all the time some needs to be done, raised in our lives. And finally, since 30 or 40, sometimes 45 or 50 years old, adrenal glands become exhausted. They finally become absolutely blown out. And this kind of syndrome becomes more and more popular, unfortunately, in our society. Correct or healthy state of undefined or an open root center is to feel stress, but pass it through. Not just running from the moment when some necessity comes. Filtering all the incoming information through the strategy and authority. Filtering it through your instant needs, filtering through your state, through your readiness to do it. Because the superpower of the undefined and especially open root center is to be relaxed. Undefined and open center knows really deeply about relaxing. They know what is to be relaxed comparing to the defined root center. Defined root center is always on a stress. It's correct for them. Comparing to undefined centers that are recommended to live in a suburb area or in a countryside, defined root center come there to live in cities, to be surrounded by stress, to be surrounded by a lot of things to do and actions. This is the way of relieving this stress potential, this internal stress potential, because their internal adrenal glands are powerful and they need to get necessary amount of things to do. The health state of defined root center is to pressurize themselves. Root center, when it's defined, it's necessary to do a lot of physical activities, to do a lot of things, to be involved in a lot of processes, because internal pressure to do, to drive is really huge. Be active and find some kind of stress load is a health state of defined root center. Defined root center is almost 60 or even 70% of humanity. So the majority of people came there to be really loaded with a lot of things to do. Filtering it, of course, through the strategy and authority. The not self of defined root center is to pressurize others. That's right. Even when defined root center become cruel, when even defined root center becomes really hectic and unpretty person, saying that, come on, not big girl, don't cry, get yourself together, you can do it. That's absolutely 100% not self or incorrect living of defined energy root center. Root center came there to be active and proactive and communicate and collaborate with the stress by itself, doing for himself, not pushing others. Before entering Human Design, I married with my wife. She has young son from her first marriage, and as further appeared, I had defined root center, but her son has undefined root center. And I couldn't understand even why he cannot just get himself together. Why he's so moaning all the time, everything is so hard to do. Why he's not so disciplined. I was really angry with that. Thanks God I met Human Design, because now our relationships improve considerably. It becomes more comfortable and fulfilled with more and more co-understanding. Because I know that the discipline is the strength and the superpower of the defined root center. And undefined root center came there to be relaxed, came there to be just a filter of the stress flow, doing things from time to time, just according to their own inner strategy and authority. The true self of defined root center is to pressurize others just through their own actions, through their own energy and activity. Because when you are correct, when you move from your strategy and authority, not from your mental strategy mindset, you can inspire others. You can motivate others. You can drive others to join or to find things that are necessary to do for themselves. Knowing or understanding the mechanism of living root center energy is precious because it keeps us away from burnout. It keeps us away from overload. It keeps us away from distress, so-called unhealthy stress or level, whether you have undefined or defined root center. Knowing the speciality of your own adrenal gland strength, you can spread and you can plan your activity load. You can plan your stress. You can choose your place where to live. And for sure, you can improve your relationship by understanding each other, not by judging, not by pushing, just by understanding and accepting each other. That's the actual point that we are doing here together. That's the actual point that human design provide us the possibility, accept and love our own individualities. So this was video about root center in a BodyGraph 9-centered human energy system. And this was professional human analyst Nikolai Eccles. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.